so's Mick Ultra, and it's not a beer.
It is a beer. It's just only barely a beer.
It's closer to bathwater than it is a beer. Except bathwater has a little more flavor to it because it's got all that sweat and stuff in it. Did I say that out loud?
Well,
Coming to you somewhat live from the Beer Whiskey Studios, high atop Barley's Tap Room on Washington Street in terrific downtown Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Russ Heaps, and welcome to this episode of Big Jon and Five. That's where I get my good buddy here, Big Jon Richards, to pick a beer from one of Barley's 72 taps, or 50 or 60 cans and bottles. We sniff it, we sip it, we get bits about it. Jon tells us a little bit about the brewery. Sometimes he throws in some brewing history, and we always drink some beer, although I'm not sure what this is in front of us.
it's a surprise.
All I want to say to you, I don't know how the light's affecting it, but
I suspect you can tell what color it is.
But it looks green. To me, it looks green. But it is like March 2nd, so we're getting close to St. Patty's Day.
It's not that kind of green.
And no, it's not an emerald green, but it's a green.
Yeah.
Beer shouldn't be green, even on St. Patty's Day.
That's correct.
Even on St. Patty's Day. So I don't know what Jon is ambushing me with here, but having said all that, Jon.
All I'm doing.
All you're doing? What?
Is exploring uncharted waters. I'm like Christopher Columbus, except I know where land is.
Oh, good. I'm so reassured.
So, we're drinking one of our local beers. I don't know how far this beer goes, but it's one of our local guys doing some really fun stuff, and they do I think almost everything they do, or maybe everything they do down there is a sour. Especially these days, their sour program's grown. This is one of a series of their beers that they call Italian Ice, and this is their Blue Raspberry Italian Ice. And this beer
it doesn't look blue, and it doesn't look like a raspberry.
Is an Italian is a sour brewed with lactose and oats, and then fermented with blue curacao, blue Italian ice, and blue candy sugar mix. No, I'm sorry, blue hard candy mix. That's how it was listed on the thing. I don't know what hard candy mix is, unless they chose a bunch of different kinds of candy, crushed them up in little pieces, and threw them into this beer, which is possible, because these guys do some really, really weird stuff.
Who makes this?
Snafu.
Oh, Snafu. We've done stuff with it before.
I've done a couple of their beers.
Seems to me they make it.
They make quality beers.
They make
quality beers. And these have been fun. I was down in Charleston this past weekend, and didn't make it to their brewery. I was sad to see. But I was sad then. I'm more sad now, seeing what was on draft and whatnot. But I did have one of their beers down there. It's called Keeping It Teal. And I think it may have replaced this one, because that one said it was brewed with blue Italian ice and cotton candy. And that was one of the most weirdly sweet and very fun beers I've ever tasted. And so I was extra excited to pour this one up. I don't know if this is the same. This is definitely a different list of ingredients, but I don't know if the one replaced the other on one day, or if they brew up.
If you have one green beer, you might as well have two or three.
I suppose.
All the Mick Light drinkers can just turn this off. Because I'm not even going to like this. I guarantee you. I can't guarantee.
I don't know.
Occasionally, Jon will pull one of these out, and it's all right. But
These beers are fun. These are like snow cones. This is like a snow cone in a glass.
Okay.
Russ thought it looked like the blue stuff that the barber puts your comb in.
And I don't want to alarm you, but I haven't been to a barber in about 20 years.
All right, here we go. Off.
Text
Cheers.
Miss Lily.
It's just so fun. It's just so fun, Russ.
I don't know how you can call this a beer.
Because it's brewed and it's made with malts and barley and all the things that make beer beer. And
So's Mick
lactose.
Ultra, and it's not a beer.
It is a beer. It's just only barely a beer.
It's closer to bathwater than it is a beer. Except bathwater has a little more flavor to it because it's got all that sweat and stuff in it. Did I say that out loud?
Well, if you watch the Ultra commercials, I think they may be dropping sweat in their own beers. Take a sip, Russ. It's good. The water's fine.
It doesn't. I can't even begin to tell you.
It doesn't smell anything like a beer. It smells like a snow cone.
It does.
It smells like an ice cream flavor or something. And it doesn't taste like a beer. It tastes like a snow cone. It tastes like a blue raspberry fruit roll-up.
This is considered a sour, right? That's
Yes,
what it says on the
it is
board.
a sour ale.
Well, it's not sour, so I will give it that. It's not sour.
I'm telling you, take a big sip of this, and it's just, you might as well be sitting at the beach. It might as well be a rum runner or something, except it's only 5%.
When I lived in Louisiana, there used to be, and there may still be, there were roadside places you could pull into called daiquiri factories. And you could drive and drink in Louisiana then. And you would get one of those, and they were, and it was, it was like a slushy, it was a frozen kind of thing. But that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah,
Are
it
those.
does. I think you're right. Oh, that's why I brought up rum runners. Like, it tastes like it should be some sort of a fruity mixed drink, like a pina colada at the beach, except it's the wrong flavor, but it's tart, and it's bright and sweet, and it's crisp on the finish. I mean, it activates my salivary glands, like, while I'm talking, but not while I'm drinking it.
I'm liking it more the more I drink of it.
Yeah.
The more that it sits in my mouth.
You know, that keeping it teal that I just was talking about, that first sip that I had down in Charleston, I was like, oh my God, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to finish this. But by the time I got to the end, I almost ordered another one. It's crazy. It's crazy. If you were sitting beside a pool, this would be this would be what you would reach for every time.
If I could find 6 packs of this, I would take it. I'm going to Florida in 2 days. And I would take a couple of 6 packs down there because I know people who would love this.
Yeah. And
I like it.
That is so sweet tart, fruity fresh up front. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense what this is. And I swear to God, I challenge any seltzer drinker, come get one of these.
Oh yeah.
And you'll never go back.
Yeah.
You'll never go back.
Now the more I do sip it, it still isn't sour, but I am getting a lot more tart.
It's tart. The tart lingers with you and it grows a little.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying the longer it sits on my palate, the longer it sits on my tongue, the more tart it gets.
So as hard as this is for me to say, John, I like this. I like this. He poured this thing, and I looked at it and I went, "What the?" because it's not a pretty beer.
No, it's really
This
not.
is one ugly
This
thing. But I have to say, it's kind of tasty.
It's tasty. It's tasty. So
I wouldn't want to drink. I don't think I could drink more than one of them.
Well, if I were doing that, it'd be on a boat. It'd be the only way I'd get through several of these in a row. But potentially, I mean, again, the longer you drink it, the more it tastes fine. But yeah, it is. It's an alarming flavor on your first sip, and then your tongue starts to make sense of it the more you have of it. But at 5%, man, it's just as light.
Is that all this is?
5%. It's just as light, and it's just as light in calories.
I must not have been paying attention when you said the 5% the first.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it should be a little.
It feels like it should be like, 7.
It's so
8.
sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
We didn't talk about Snafu much. They're in North Charleston, and they started 2016. So they're getting their feet underneath them. We didn't end up there because they, even on their website, call themselves the North Charleston's Brewery.
Well, we've done one or two other Snafu beers. So look through the video list, and you'll find a couple of others. But I've always liked their beers.
Yeah.
And
And
even
they do this. They do some more normal things.
I would hope so.
They do a bunch of this off the wall stuff.
And this is off the wall.
Yeah.
But
They were out of their 12 taps, or 14 or so taps that they listed on their website. I think 4 or 5 of them were these Italian ice flavors.
it's kind of the wrong time of year for that, I would think.
Not Charleston.
So damn lucky.
Here's to the summer.
See you next time.